Have you ever truly examined your hands, not merely to assess their strength, elegance, or expressiveness, but to listen to them? What if the shape of your fingers held more than just genetic information? You are the answer to an ancient prayer. You are not an accident. Perhaps you are the answer to a prayer someone whispered in agony many lifetimes ago. Your presence in this life is for a reason. And when you approach life with compassion, with the right choices and solitude, you not only heal yourself, you fulfill a part of the collective soul of humanity. Every act of love, no matter how small, is a sacred echo from the past. What if they conveyed a message, a subtle signal from the soul, a trace of something your mind has forgotten, but your body still recalls? Today, we are delving into the significance of having a longer ring finger compared to the index finger, not only from a biological or psychological perspective, but also through the lens of ancient traditions that regarded the human body as a sacred map. According to these teachings, nothing about your physical form is random, not your scars, your instincts, or even the shape of your hand. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to the top spiritual channel for early access to videos like this one, along with profound insights on spiritual and personal growth. Let's begin uncovering what your hands may have been trying to tell you all along. Across Eastern spiritual traditions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, the human body was never seen as a collection of organs and tissues, but as a living map coded with intention, memory, and karmic history. The ring finger in particular was viewed as more than just the place for a wedding band. It was a spiritual antenna, a channel for deeper truth. When this finger grows longer than the index, ancient mystics believed it was not a coincidence but a soul marker, a sign that the person had returned to this life carrying unfinished business from another time. It could mean a vow made in a past life, an unresolved act of compassion, or a contract of service that the soul chose to honor once again. This belief isn't born of fantasy. It's the result of centuries of symbolic observation where healers, monks, and teachers studied not just behavior but proportion, symmetry, and subtle imbalance. The longer ring finger stood out as a quiet but unmistakable trace of spiritual continuity. If you have it, you may not just be living this life, you may be continuing one. Modern research adds another layer to this mystery, what spiritual traditions describe as karmic imprint. Science explores through the second to fourth digit ratio, which compares the length of the index and ring fingers. Research in developmental biology and behavioral psychology indicates that a longer ring finger correlates with higher testosterone exposure in the womb, which is associated with traits such as confidence, risk-taking, and spatial intelligence. However, despite this data, science still struggles to explain why some individuals possess this trait while also exhibiting remarkable levels of empathy, offering or silent strength, what biology refers to as hormonal influence. Ancient wisdom might describe as preparation of the soul. What we perceive as personality may often be karma in disguise, a continuation of energy patterns and lessons that carry forward into the body. The body, shaped in the womb but influenced by the soul, becomes the canvas where science and spirit converge. Those who embody this sign often experience lives that feel distinct, profound, and at times burdensome, yet rich in unseen significance. They may not always be the loudest, most recognized, or most rewarded, but they tend to choose integrity when no one is observing or offer assistance without seeking acknowledgement. Silence speaks. There are things that don't need to be said, but still resonate in the hearts of others. A sincere look, a patience when no one deserves it, or a choice to let go of the ego to keep peace, all are the language of the soul. In a noisy world, the person who knows how to keep silent at the right time is the one who is saying the most important things. Don't underestimate the moments when no one sees you. That's when your soul shines the brightest. These are not random traits in karmic philosophy. They are signs of a soul that has returned to continue what was once left unfinished. The longer ring finger marks people who may carry an inner contract to lift others, to close old cycles, to serve in silence. They may encounter obstacles, but life often places unseen guardians along their path. People or events that restore balance, echoing the good they once offered without realizing their story unfolds not in grand gestures, but in subtle decisions. Telling the truth instead of staying silent, staying kind when it would be easier to detach. If you've ever felt this quiet call to do what's right, even when it costs you, perhaps your soul is remembering a promise it made long ago. If this video is helping you see things more clearly, consider sharing it with someone who may need it. And if you'd like to support this kind of mindful content, you can click the thanks button. Your presence truly makes a difference. Let's continue. You may not recall the exact moment your soul made its promise, but your body might. Across neuroscience and trauma healing, we are discovering that the body retains what the mind forgets. Not only pain, but also patterns. Not just emotion, but memory. The way you hold your hands, the way you react under pressure, even the quiet presence you bring into a room. These may all be echoes of something older than this life. In this context, a longer ring finger is more than anatomy. It becomes a symbol, a reminder, a whisper from your soul. You've been here before, not to repeat the past, but to finish what was started. Individuals with this marker frequently experience emotions more intensely. They are naturally inclined towards stillness, honesty, and healing, not out of instruction, but because their essence recalls these truths. Their journeys may be challenging, yet they possess great strength. They are not designed for chaos, but for significance. To embrace this understanding is to navigate the world with humility, not merely interacting with things, but truly remembering them. The hands, after all, are the first to engage, but they can also be the first to hold memories. Some lives are not intended to be simple. They are meant to be profound, and those who exhibit the subtle sign of a longer ring finger often discover that their journey is unique. It's not about recognition or success in the eyes of the world. It's about completion, healing, and remembering. If you've ever felt like life has challenged you more deeply than others through loss, betrayal, or silence, it may be because you chose a deeper journey, a journey not just of experience, but of closure. Souls marked by this physical trait are believed to carry forward karmic agreements, unfulfilled promises made long before birth, still echoing through time. And though those memories may not live in your conscious mind, they live in your instincts, in your quiet moments of clarity, in that inner knowing that doesn't come from learning, but remembering. You may not know why you care so deeply or why you're moved to act when no one's watching, but your soul does. The choices you make in solitude matter. The truths you tell when it's easier to stay silent, the compassion you offer. When it isn't returned, these are not accidents. They are acts of return every time you choose integrity over comfort, humility, over pride, kindness, over indifference. You complete something, maybe not something visible, but something that matters, something only your soul understands. The soul does not need to make noise to prove its existence. Truly strong people do not need to walk in the crowd to be praised. They quietly live their truth and let their energy speak for itself. A hand extended when no one asks, a knowing look when no one speaks. They do not come to stand out. They come to finish something unfinished. If you ever feel lost in a world that moves too fast, maybe it is because your soul is following its own rhythm of awakening. So if your ring finger is longer, let it be a reminder you're not here to prove anything. You're here to remember who you are and why you came back. The story of a ring finger longer than an index finger emphasizes the importance of spiritual connection and personal responsibility. It suggests that physical characteristics, such as finger proportions, may reflect deeper commitments of the soul, promoting integrity, compassion, and selfless action. In modern American life, this lesson encourages us to be authentic, to prioritize kindness and honesty, even when no one is looking. Apply it today. Cherish the small moments, help others, hold on to your values, and listen to your intuition. In a busy society where success is often measured in material terms, Remember that it is the quiet but meaningful actions that define you. Live with purpose, remembering your inner contract to make a difference, no matter how small. If something in this message stirred something deep within you, don't ignore it. It may be your soul remembering. Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to Top Spiritual and pass this on to someone who might need it too.